What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big Crypto here with your latest update on Kaspa. There has been some big developments from the team, as well as the price looks like it's about to send once again. So what's all the latest with this innovative layer one? Well, you've come to the right channel. We've been talking about this now for a while, so make sure you smash that like button if you're bullish on Kaspa. And if you want to keep up to date with everything going on in the cryptocurrency space, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. And with that being said, let's take a look at exactly what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. Now, we're having a pretty good time going into the weekend. Once again, we see a positive move of Bitcoin and the overall market up 1.42%, around that $1.44 trillion market cap. Interestingly, volume up nearly 18%, around 52 million. And you can see Bitcoin hovering around that 37.7. Now, we broke 38.2 earlier with a significant push, but then we came back down. Remember, sometimes consolidation has to happen in order for us to then start the next leg. And that, in my opinion, is exactly where we are with Kaspa. Now, the currently 28th highest ranked cryptocurrency is picking up volume quite significantly, broke the $3 trillion market cap number. And you can see here, just if we go into the last month, the significant uptrend, 183% up on the last year, 1,714%. So what's going on? What is going on with Kaspa? Why is it so important? Well, ultimately, the team have been working incredibly hard, whether that's be building bridges or launching on new exchanges. Now, remember, the more volume that comes in, ultimately, it's one step closer to that massive Binance or even Coinbase listing. And I'm going to give you some absolutely fantastic alpha news on Coinbase at the end of this video. So we have a build out on the Kaspa bridges, both to Polygon and BNB. So continuing the scalability of this ultimate layer one. And again, just ensuring that a number of different communities and sidechains can be involved. It says Kaspa is venturing into exciting new frontiers by introducing wrapped Kaspa, WKAS, to the vibrant blockchain ecosystem of Polygon and BNB. The advancement brought about by the expertise of Cheng Finance is a significant milestone in Kaspa's evolution within the DeFi realm, bringing on a new era of blockchain integration and interoperability. And again, this important part of building bridges, using multiple chains, this will just become a thing. And ultimately, if you don't launch on multiple chains and don't be able to bridge between the two or three, then ultimately people are just going to go elsewhere. So why have they done it? Well, ultimately, the integration with Polygon and BNB networks provides users access to a more diverse and dynamic DeFi landscape. And it's not just about having more options, it's about the quality and variety of those options. Users of Kaspa and those already on the Polygon and BNB networks can now tap into different functionalities and experiences. And this is the important part. As you operate in different chains, it means you can get access to certain different aspects, dApps, NFT projects, whatever it is, just opens up that interoperability, the opportunity for people to get onto different chains. Now, again, it says here, wrapping up, Kaspa's foray into the Polygon and BNB network marks the beginning of an exciting journey into the DeFi landscape. This expansion not only opens up the realm of new opportunities for exploration and innovation, but it also paves the way for growth and more robust community bonds. And remember, they're already working on smart contracts, already working on NFT potentials. Again, this is absolutely a fantastic layer one, represented both in the price and equally the consistent drive from that community. So what else have we got going on? Well, in other big news, and I think this is a definite big step in the right direction, we have the ETF. But for Europe, these are called ETPs, exchange traded products, and ultimately Kaspa will be going to launch on one of those. Again, I think it's a very big step in the right direction. FINRA will be launching the ETP. And again, it's a opportunity for Kaspa to ultimately get into a different market. And again, for people to invest with a sense of security on the back of it. And I think, again, a lot of people aren't talking about this, but this will come soon. We'll keep you up to date. So again, make sure you subscribe so you know exactly what's going on. But again, these are similar to ETFs that you get in the US, but these are going to be ETPs here in Europe. And ultimately, then Kaspa will be forming part of one of these. So it's a huge step. I don't remember something as innovative and early as Kaspa getting anything like this. So it can only drive adoption and excitement. And ultimately, those two things really start to give you a significant step up in the market. That's not all. Now, remember, we talked about this the last video talking about Kaspa, the partnership with Uphold. We see it with XRP. Kaspa also integrated into their wallet in which you can use Apple Pay. But since then, and this is the bit I want to bring, if you look on their socials, what do you have? They had a great video from DJ Waters talking a bit about Kaspa and what it was. Then we get into some listings. So CoinStash, AU is listing Kaspa. So again, one other. We then come a little bit further up and we see BTSE is now listing Kaspa as well on perpetual futures, as did Binance. And finally, a Collab and Brown listing once again. Now, you might be thinking, hold on a minute, 2Bit, this isn't these big exchanges, and you'd be right. But what it is doing is create awareness, it's creating volume, and ultimately will end up being on these big exchanges. So again, every little helps. Drive volume, drive awareness, drive new holders into it can only ultimately be a good thing. And equally, when you look at them, it's very strategic of where they are in the world to allow maximum number of people to invest in this project. So before we go into the price right now, there is also something that isn't being talked about in the background of Kaspa, and that is how it all came about. Now, we know what it is and ultimately what it's bringing, but in the early phase to seed Kaspa, it was actually brought by an ex-colleague or employee of Coinbase. They actually provided the initial seeding for Kaspa. Does that mean in the long term that Kaspa could end up on Coinbase? Well, at this rate, it would be hard to say no. So what's going on in the charts? We're on the 15-minute. You can see following this really nice pattern on the uptrend and currently hovering around that 141406 range and actually printing a very nice little green candle. Now, on the slightly higher time frame, you know we like to check the 4-hour. Again, looking very strong. Broke out from that downward trend. We talked about this on the live stream and said expect a pretty strong move. I am still in that world. We probably have the higher range of about 145 to break through, so I expect us to come and test. We may get a slight rejection down if we were to coming down to this kind of bottom range around the 139140, then with a potential bounce, we could even just go straight through this and continue up to these local all-time highs that we had around 154. But right now, Kaspa is looking fantastic in terms of this trend upwards. And even the metrics, you start to see these lower time frames are spreading out, which ultimately tells us in the shorter time frame we are getting a more bullish move. These slightly higher time frames, again, not quite as quick, but still significantly looking very, very good for Kaspa. So as always, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Kaspa? What are you most excited about? Do you think they're going about things in the right way? I'm always interested to know your thoughts on this super innovative, massively scalable layer one. And we're going to be covering this on the channel much, much more. So make sure you're subscribed and smash a like if you're bullish on Kaspa. It does know and allows me to know that you enjoy this kind of content. And that's going to do it for this video. As ever, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.